Oh, there's a pit maneuver right there. Pit maneuver. Okay, they don't have us. They did. They did a pit maneuver there. It was quite aggressive. Threw them up on the curb, and that should do it. We'll see if the drivers are going to be able to get that car started again. But it was a perfect pit maneuver on a very narrow street. Put that car
here.
Everyone's
rare. Chad, we've rarely seen that. Yo! What the?
He's traveling on the inside lane, right over that median, and he's coming.
Hey! This guy's crazy! This guy's crazy!
Continuing right through Chatfield Avenue, southbound Washington Boulevard.
Chad, we've seen that maybe.
And he's really having
the back is so light.
Dealing with this vehicle now. If he continues at these speeds,
oh!
hitting the wall, crashing into other vehicles. He made contact there with a work truck, a box truck. It looked like he touched it, and is already starting to lose part of that.
Damn! In the rocks!
Over the median, and just, I mean, this
no.
is for
This guy's crazy!
3 innocent motorists just dragging them along through the intersection.
What is bro doing?
Boulevard, passing through Bellflower on 7th Street, going the wrong way again. He has no regard for any of this oncoming traffic, trying to get around and crashing into everybody and everything in his way.
I'm so worried we're going to see a bicyclist or we're going to see a pedestrian. Look at this, going head on in front of these vehicles.
Flat tire out front!
They don't even know what is happening until they're getting hit.
Yeah.
Lost his tire, Colleen. He's just lost that front left tire. He's now running on the rim here. Heavy damage.
Chat, this guy's kind of a maniac though, chat. I'm kind of almost kind of a
front end of that vehicle.
It's gonna be hard to swerve now that he's missing a tire now.
Not only is it not going to look at this. He's through everybody.
Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out a little bit.
They're all swerving on either side. He's going to get into another head-on collision here. There it is. Head-on collision into an SUV. We are
yo, they got to pit this guy.
Dozens of vehicles damaged in this pursuit.
Yeah, they have to at least try to pit this guy. This is crazy.
Just ran right into the front of that SUV. CHP has given this up. They have now created distance. They are now putting this back in tracking mode for the time being. They have pulled back, and you can see he is still straddling.
Hey, yo!
That flatbed is made of steel that is just doing tremendous damage with very little damage to the vehicle other than the front end damage that we're already seeing there. But what we were saying, Mark, is that front
Hey, what is happening?
2 vehicles into cross traffic, a major collision into the front of a paint store at the strip mall at 7th Street and Termino Avenue.
What is this guy doing?
Those 2 vehicles, the driver stepping out of the vehicle and now walking away from the crash scene. That driver now walking away from the crash scene. 2 major crashes.
What a fucking dumbass baldy.
Sidewalk. CHP is close by. The sheriff's department is close by. Long Beach police are likely on their way over here, and hopefully somebody will be able to get this person off of the sidewalk. But right now, there are numerous casualties here. Look at the condition of
that's insane.
We're going to try and keep an eye on the
suspect
and also those vehicles as well. We're going to stick with the driver here as he walks up the block here around the strip mall off of 7th Street onto Miramar Avenue. We have 7th Street
Classic.
in East Long Beach.
Okay, there they are.
Hey!
There he is. I think that's going to be Long Beach Police. Maybe not. No, it's LAPD. LAPD taking the suspect down. We're going to come around. Let's come around the tree. Let's come around the tree. And it looks like LAPD has taken this suspect down to the ground on the sidewalk there at Miramar Avenue.
What a fucking bitch, this guy, man.
Just off of 7th Street. Numerous officers, as we come around this tree, now taking that suspect into custody.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Punch him!
That was just terrifying to watch.
I mean, Chris and Colleen, what, a dozen vehicles
at least,
in that last impact. I mean, Chris, as you said, just about as bad as it could end, but it wasn't a full T-bone impact. I hope everyone in that car is okay.
Well, that was a double T-bone, motherfucker.
One of the last vehicles that he hit, the back of his truck, it almost shredded the car open. That's where you worry about young children in the back.
He's still not giving it up, by the way.
He's still putting up a struggle. He's still putting up a struggle. They're trying to get this
He's
guy
punching him up. He's punching him.
Can't see what's happening underneath that tackle there, but you can see that they are having a little bit of a hard time as this suspect appears to be resisting slightly here. Very difficult to tell from this angle, but it's all happening right here along Miramar Avenue off of 7th Street here in East Long Beach. We're going to stick with this shot momentarily.
Bro, if there's
We'll
a
go
passenger
back
in
to
there,
the
dude,
crash
his
scene,
legs
where
are
it did
crushed.
appear at
Like,
least
what
one
the
of those
fuck?
vehicles, as you mentioned, Colleen, was very heavily damaged, especially the
Bro,
front
bro,
seats.
bro.
The driver and passenger seat appeared to be smashed in.
Yeah.
And that was just a really high-speed crash here. Looks like they've got this situation under control.
And Chris,
Let's take it
actually
over
stay
to
on
the intersection.
Chris, can you
Let's
go
take
back to Chris? Can you just go back to that?
Oh,
the
dude,
suspect?
dude.
There's a
That walker dodged that shit.
Look, you can see him kind of over on the
That's a
sideline.
real life Final
This law
Destination
enforcement
shit. Did you
officer
see
either
that?
Looks like he got hurt. He did. I'm.
We got an elderly patient here.
Oh. poor
Really, dude?
Elderly man
Okay,
behind the
life
wheel
times
there.
10.
Now being placed on a stretcher, very gingerly helping
That's
him out of the
awful.
vehicle. He seems to be moving. He almost seems to be upright with the assistance of those firefighters. And he is now safely on that stretcher with a neck brace around his neck. And we can only hope that there are no life-threatening injuries here. But obviously, considering the patient, you know, you have to treat him extra careful here as they place him on a stretcher, and eventually he will be rushed to probably Long Beach Medical Center, I would imagine here, and hopefully we'll have an updated condition. But it certainly appears as though he is conscious and alert, moving his right arm to his face there, and we can just.
And there's nothing he
pray
could have
that
done
he'll be
either.
Okay, let's go ahead as we get this this transport here. Once he's in the ambulance, we'll want to peek over at the side. They didn't appear to be major crashes.
Get him down on the ground, suplexed him right there, almost like a WWF move to get this suspect into custody after that just absolutely audacious pursuit.
What happened to that officer? Look at this officer.
Swarming this guy and slam him onto the ground, slam him against that vehicle, get him down on the ground, suplexed him right there, almost like a WWF move to get this suspect into custody after that just absolutely audacious
they
pursuit.
squeezed that motherfucker, man.
Swarming this guy.
This officer that's crawling away, I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
He might
clutching
have.
his
Yeah,
face.
I mean, he might have got elbowed or something in the nose. Yeah, I mean, the suspect.
They said definitely.
Right
That's
there.
crazy.
Almost like a suplexed him on the ground, on the ground.
Oh, definitely.
Suplexed him right there. Almost like a WWF move to get this suspect into custody after that just absolutely audacious pursuit.
What happened to that officer? Look at this officer.
This guy.
This officer that's crawling away, I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's clutching his face.
I mean, he might have got elbow.
Paint shop there where it does not appear there were any casualties at that location. There's the food stand, that van coming to rest right next to the food stand, and they are now going to start locking down this intersection and